in the NFC, it's the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson, Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. Off we go from Raymond James Stadium. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So the Buccaneers come out, and Baker Mayfield leads them out. He has found a spot to be very comfortable. The former #1 overall pick out of Oklahoma, who turned 30 in the offseason, and has done a nice job with the Buccaneers the last few years.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I've got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On play action, Mayfield. This one down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The 49ers come out, and Brock Purdy leads them out. Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract for the 4th-year man out of Iowa State.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted 1st overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes. I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
To throw on 1st down is Purdy. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first.
Oh, the snap, a pull one, and it's blocked. Now this is scooped up by a member of the offense. But he's not going to be able to advance past the marker. He is stopped short, and the block kick leads to a turnover on downs. The Buccaneers offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One play, 1 first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That is 14 for the 2nd time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Mayfield. Now screen set up for Irvin. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Mayfield. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the gun on 3rd down, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
On 4th down, Chase McLaughlin in for the Bucs. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a scoreless game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Niners offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. going to keep this one himself.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. On the move left. He'll take off again. They get 22 yards there. First down, 49ers.
A gain of 22 yards. And a 49er first down.
You know this defense worked all week, defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Finding his tight end, Farrell. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On 2nd down, Purdy. This one caught at the 4.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing 3rd down at the moment. And that is incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the 49ers will take a 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return is Sean Tucker. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bucs offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out first down and 10. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 9. It's Otten in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. That's caught left side by Otten. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
2nd down throw for Mayfield. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Baker gonna give it to Irvin. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield to the left side to Godwin. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Quarterbacks are drafted for their coverage ability. We see it year in and year out. Teams want to fortify their pass defense. But when they can come up in run support, it's just an added bonus for a defense. And this young rookie, he was one of the best picks available last year's draft, and we can see why.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Got a man! It's Ibuka! Complete! And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. Quick slap into the hands of Ibuka. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the Niners' 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen
A gain
pass.
of 1 yard on the play.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually,
And he will drive his way into the end zone. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers move out to a 7-3 lead.
7. 49ers 3.
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Niners take over.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Oh, man, open right side. He's got him. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And it really starts with the blitz pickup by the guys up front. I mean, the defense, they sold out. They're trying to get home. The offense is ready. They end up using their aggressiveness against them, and they pick up a nice gain through the air.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 1. Back to the air is Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Throwing again is Purdy. That is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. Finding space at the 15. And he's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown. 49ers.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. the right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers are on top. It's now 10-7.
Buccaneers 7.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Johnson now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The play fake. It's Mayfield. The throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Get this complete right side to Otten. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. It is a big play for the Buccaneers. It covers 51 yards.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down and pick up those extra yards after the catch.
To the second, Buccaneers in possession of the football. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. As we are ready to get back underway. Irvin. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
He was taken down.
Their ground game ends up failing at the exact moment, Mike, where they're needed the most. 1 yard to the goal line, that's prime opportunity. Finish the drive, take the lead, but instead, they go backwards.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Buccaneers are on top. It's 14-10.
Buccaneers 14, 49ers 10.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On 2nd down, Purdy. This one complete to Bourne. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40. A gain there of 15. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming down.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A pickup there of 28 yards.
This is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made.
That's taken in by Jennings. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Back to the air again is Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down. Here's Purdy again. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line.
They'll throw again with Purdy. He's got it at the 3. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no...
Good blocking, and he's in. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
Buccaneers 14.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. To return is Tucker. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Give. This is Irvin. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They send Godwin in motion. 2nd down throw from Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Get about 6 before he's taken down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. It is brought in the end zone. Mike Evans 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Bucs move out in front by 4. It's 21-17.
17.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Purdy. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy 1st down. Really well done.
Throwing again is Purdy. He'll step up and run this.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Open man, right side. He's got it. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw And a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
The run here with McCaffrey. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big gain.
And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to 16. Vita Vea in there for the sack, worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Open man there, it is Moore. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike. And what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook. And
that one, take it in. Ricky Pearsall, touchdown San Francisco. Now, Pinheiro to add on the extra point. His kick is good. And the 49ers extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The veteran Mike Evans, he's heading back out onto the field with the rest of the Tampa Bay offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Mayfield. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. They go play action with Mayfield. There's Evans, he's got it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this grab gets him a 1st down.
and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
On first down, here's Irvin, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Taken down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Right back to Irving, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Stoppage here, one of the 49ers is down, and as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. What can they do here on third down and 7? Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
2 yards.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
35-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long one.
It'll be a short pickup down to the 31. Up from the secondary, Diamador Lenore with the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 6. Baker to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That's Ibuka in motion. Throwing is Mayfield, and that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Buccaneers will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. To throw on first down is Purdy. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put...
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. The 49ers out for the punt. Cameron Johnson deep for Tampa Bay. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic first down.
So, from the 36, it is first and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy, who outs another catch for his favorite target.
Complete to Jawan Jennings. Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Here's second and 2. They'll send a tight end in motion. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Complete to number 88.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Purdy on first down.
Purdy's pass. Complete to number 88. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. To throw once more, it's Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. They'll stop the clock at 24 seconds to go until halftime. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the bootleg, it's Purdy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
They'll throw again with Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And he will get into the end zone. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the 49ers will go up by 7.
Niners 31, Buccaneers 24.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. Now, screen set up for Irving. Now his timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. That's Ibuka in motion. On second down, Baker. Out. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is going to wind up 49er football. They have it.
Recovered by San Francisco.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up, against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
These are the plays that when you look back, Mike, they ultimately decide the outcome of the game. There's no time left on the clock. All they're trying to do is take a shot into the end zone. You've got to get depth. You've got to have guys that can go up and high point and compete for the ball. And you've just got to knock this ball down and go into halftime.
Now, Pinheiro to add on the extra point. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the studios of the Creative Village here in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and you know, we've seen some scoring so far. Both teams getting into the end zone, both teams thinking they could pull out the win in the second half. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half.
Chase
Both
McLaughlin,
teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over
49ers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey, and he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, slow up that play behind the line.
Back at the 18-yard line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Purdy. And that one thrown away to the sideline. It's incomplete. It was a frustrating series. It'll bring up 4th down.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Cameron Johnson deep to return this. This returnable from inside his own 40. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Buccaneers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bucs will cut the deficit to 7.
Makes the score Niners 38, Buccaneers 31.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. First down throw there is incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
2nd and 10. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
3rd and long. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up 4th down.
That is 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
The 49ers out to punt this one, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. It's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 11. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Upton Stout in for that tackle.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield to throw. A short run there to Otten. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Bucs will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
They'll go back to McCaffrey on first down. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
3rd and 2. Here we go. They need 2. Here's Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
First and goal.
It'll be first and goal. That's a gain of 28.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the 49ers will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
34.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. To return is Tucker. Whoa! Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bucs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
It's a loss of 8.
The rookie out of Georgia, Michael Williams.
At the
He's
16-yard
in
line.
for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
Brings up third
The best
down.
defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Not fun here. 3rd and a lot. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Now, fair catch, signal for, and made here at about the 43-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down.
San Francisco.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pick.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring him down for a loss.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Throw on the run is complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This one from 39 yards out. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Niners will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Pinheiro had the field goal a moment ago. And now he's back out to kick it away. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Throwing is Baker. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
A gain of
12 yards on the gain. That's good for a quick first down.
First down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Able to slip one tackle, but not another. Will be fortunate to get this one back to the line of scrimmage.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Second down throw from Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And they will finally run him down. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 38 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Irvin. Open space inside the 10. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
The 4-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
A run on 1st and goal. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. He'll mark it at the 3. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Mayfield's pass complete to number 13.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
Field goal would only do so much. They need a touchdown to close the gap. It is 4th down and goal. They'll go. Mayfield. And this is hot. Wow, the decision to go pays off. And Johnson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? they've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers will cut the deficit to 7.
48. Buccaneers 41.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. A first down throw for Purdy. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Man in motion here is Jennings. But fortunately, one of his teammates able to get on it, and the Niners retain possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Really nice coverage there defensively. And here you find yourself in a one-score game. Like, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away. Snap it again.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. It's Otten in motion. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Gain of 13 for number 13. And a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that. But it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Mayfield. To the tight end, Otten with the grab. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. It's Otten in motion. Mayfield. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
It's Otten in motion. On play action, Mayfield. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Emeka Ibuka, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, faking the give. Quick throw, taken in. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
On the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. Safe kick taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Niners offense headed back to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. There's that man again, another catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup, because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
San Francisco.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll motion a tight end right. They run once more with McCaffrey. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Back into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
49ers.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. the gun. It's a give to McCaffrey. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
First and goal.
About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's first and goal.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Stoppage here, one of the 49ers is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here now, second down and goal. McCaffrey. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll try and run with McCaffrey, and he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself first and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown here.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here. And he's got another one. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. To return is Tucker. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Now Mayfield. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
That's Ibuka in motion. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
So these screen plays, they always seem so commonplace. They seem a little bit routine, right, Mike? But really, for them to work, there's a huge, significant timing element to it where the offensive line, the back, you can't be downfield too early, but you can't go too late. There's so many reps and reps that allow certain teams to be really good at the screen game and allow certain teams.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Niners offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. One of the tight ends motions right. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of one.
A loss of a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, you might be running out of time.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bucs' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Back to the air again is Purdy. That's taken in by Jim. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds, so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And this is going to work out a little better. He'll get 9 on that one, but they're going to need to convert on third down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
The motion man here is Bourne. 3rd and short, here's Purdy. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, San Francisco.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
And a good run there. It'll give him 5 yards.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. Now it's McCaffrey. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll go with the sneak. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
That 1st and goal sack now changes everything defensively, Mike. You imagine that you're in a 4-down territory where the offense is going to try to take advantage of the field position and punch it in over the goal line. Now, can you hold up on 2nd and 3rd down and come away with forcing a field goal, which in this situation, I think is a huge win.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still 2nd down.
The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Now Purdy. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked up by Zion McCollum.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Bucs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. That's Ibuka in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Moving out, this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Sam Ukuwanu in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Got a man, it's Ibuka, complete. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. This one is caught by Shepard. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Big play. 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Bridgewater. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot. Now the Bucs will take their 1st timeout. It comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt, and that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
First and 10, here's Bridgewater.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
At the Niners' 38-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still 1 timeout left. Final minute, 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
To number 7, Bucky Irving. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They've converted 2 3rd downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. That's caught. It's Evans. The Buccaneers forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. They stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. He'll go back to Evans. He's got another one. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
On second down, Baker. That is caught. And he is close to the pylon, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a first down. It's first and goal.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
And with that late score, it's going to give them a little bit of late life here, Mike. But remember, the next series of events is very unlikely. They need to get the onside kick and then likely a Hail Mary situation. So while they definitely have a little bit of a chance, I think it's pretty slim.
This will be big for the Bucs. They're going to try the two-point conversion.
The Bucs will
To throw is Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. Purdy down to a knee. That should be the final snap of this game. So a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.